Alright. Maybe I should. What's this? Let me abandon it. And retouch it. The crystal from beyond. It appears my calculations were correct. I knew that at this very spot I would encounter none other than Glide, the hero who saw us through the final days. So certain was I of my math that I stood here for. Well, let's not concern ourselves with that. I am Nemgigi, assistant to one Professor Claudian. We work with the Atioscope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered defies our every conjecture. We've been to the center of the star and far beyond it. However, so we hope that you may see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you lend us your well-traveled eye at Emporium, Claudian, be eagerly awaiting your arrival. Ali Bow. Ah man, I'm screwed if this has a. Oh, didn't I get some? Oh, I'm screwed if this has a minimum item level. Might be 560 or something. Yeah. Greetings, Glide, and welcome to my humble laboratory. I'm sure Meiji has already told you plenty about us. Allow me to introduce myself personally. I'm Claudian, leader of this little research collective. I must admit, I have been nervous about this meeting ever since Meiji set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there is no greater in honor than to meet the first man in history to traverse the ethereal sea and return to tell the tale. Professor speaks often and at length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements to his own name. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other in Charlene, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, but for a single man, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from him, and perhaps crack this conundrum that has stumped the three of us for moons. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the Anti-Tower in the Dravanian hinterlands. There we spoke with Heidelin and learned the fate that would befall the star in the final days. Soon thereafter, all of research moved to the Labyrinthos, and through the Atioscope we continue our vigil. Impressive a work as the device is, however, it can glimpse but a fraction depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we recovered an unusual crystal shard during observation. It appeared before us suddenly as if impelled to the surface by some unknown force. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude. Its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world, made, not formed. Fortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal was very nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, that crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Thus did we decide to seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets. Now we would have you see for yourself. Here is the crystal in question. It resembles aught you have encountered before, even by the slightest degree. Please say so. I don't know what that is. Never seen it in my life. No, wait. I remember. Memory abides within the crystal. As I thought, you do know what this is. Please tell me everything. See, the Ascians use these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was somehow special but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Similar artifacts have appeared throughout the ages, memories of martial techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield, storage stones passed from master to student. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? Professor? Ascian memories, windows through which we can gaze upon the convocation of 14. Unlike the crystal in Glide's story, this one does not bear the marks of the convocation. Who, then, did these memories belong to? More importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set adrift on the sea? Ho hum. Professor Claudian. Yes. I'm very well aware that contemplation is the key to breakthrough. There is a propriety to consider. We have a guest, one you invited explicitly. Must we do this every time? What? Yes, of course, our guest. Terribly sorry, I do so easily find myself unmoored by the tides of rumination. Perhaps a more engaging use of your time with us be for you. That the crystal, if indeed there are memories stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. If anyone, message come, pandemonium, please, faces, grave threat, star in danger. Impression does not bode well. What did you see? Pandemonium? It is not a word I have heard before. If my knowledge of the ancient tongue serves me, it means all demons, not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. Oh yeah, I should have. What? It's red. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, we would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory. Namgiji Rusinod, I entrust their procurement. There are more memories to be extracted from. You'll find them. As for you, Glide, there's a person I would have you seek, the one who has delivered so dire a warning. Your story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. If that is the case, then discerning the nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past, to an era before the Sundering. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. Hmm? I must confess, the tales people tell of your adventures beggar belief, and their veracity has been a subject of much debate among my people. For today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every exploit is fact. So as I ask you now, return to the past, find out what and where Pandemonium is, and if we need be concerned by this message. Yosha, thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. Do not think you have seen the last of its memories. More may be drawn out as you approach their source. Safe travels, and may we meet again soon. Here are our findings. I have to go here first. Receives this message. Come, Pandemonium, quickly. Oh shit. Again. I guess canonically this is second time back here. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies, but for the briefest moment, I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that no such a notion is preposterous. You told me a falling star would appear before me. I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. Apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Themis. As you can see by my bare face, I am not one of Elpis's observers. Rather, I am come here on an assignment, which has been more or less routine up to this very moment. Certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here. It is plain that you do not belong here. Or I know, for that matter. I am Azim's familiar. It appears my initial impression was not so preposterous after all. I did not know my friend had such a unique familiar at his... You are here at Azim's behest, then I believe I can hazard a guess as to your purpose. You are here to investigate Pandemonium, yes? So, we may be able to help one another. First, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? My skull? Is that what he said? Skull. Oh, that's what... I see, I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your... Apologies for being so intrusive. You must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. Shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have our secrets we must... However, if I may, very much like to take a look at this crystal. Fascinating. While I cannot say much as to what it contains, it is clear that there are memories stirring within. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandemonium. The facility extends beneath Elpis, and overseen by the words of La Habran. Houses those creations that are highly valued as resource subjects. Highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding aether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandemonium ceased. I'm here as representative of an organization that works directly with the Convocation, and we have been tasked with investigating this incident. Now that there is some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we should do next? Investigate? Isn't crits just always the best stat? Did something change? Investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. What is this? Freaking near raids? Where familiars dare. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would be loath to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting so long for. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. He had also noticed the anomaly near Pandemonium, so it only seemed natural that we investigated together. However, he eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. Two members of our organization were seen poking our heads about restricted facilities. They could raise questions, you see? I decided to go alone, but he left me with these words: "Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you." Well, I could not comprehend his meaning at the time. I believe now I understand. He does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, his hints of what's to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say that I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of La Habrea for entry into Pandemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at Anagnor's. Yes. Words of La Habrea speaker. What? What a fascinating etheric signature. In accordance with the convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandemonium. Shall register your aether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandemonium as you please. Now that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. Of course, while you will have been permitted an entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with most care. You are to heed the warden's instructions at all times. Those who conduct their work with Pandemonium are called warders, for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of La Habrea have deemed such creations worthy of further study, storing them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandemonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandemonium is a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master La Habrea shall guide us on the proper course of action from there. I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late? Warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in aether have been observed, but surely Master La Habrea would have acted if they were anything worth worrying about. I see. It appears La Habrea is kept well abreast of the goings-ons here, then. I hope I am not overstepping my boundaries by asking you, but be quite familiar with Master La Habrea. Do you know him? Oh, the stories I could tell you. You are no mere familiar, are you? Master La Habrea is not known for being generous with his time. That one would have stories of his company almost beggars belief. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the common. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. That we are free to make our way to Pandemonium. The Neus that will take us there is to the east bank of Leith. Let's delay no further. Let's have fun. hunt. I need to do some hunts. After this, I'm about to go in. I had to contain my surprise for the sakes of appearance, but is it true that you too have met La Habre in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. This will make our journey all the more intriguing. Come to know each other in time, I wager, or else why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled pandemonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, huh? Samesies. An actual raid? We're raiding a place? And just teleporting around? It is much as I feared. Speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity nearly so grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, was a fleeting and vain hope. Gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards. Untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. Snake warriors? I'd say, are these gonna be ads? Or, well, I guess they could be ads. Or they're gonna be trash mobs, but there's no trash in these raids. I feel like the Alexander raid series had the best mix. Just one pack of trash for the most part. Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with the perfections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it will at least serve to slow its progress. Small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Powerful forces are at work here. Silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there is something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. If I lose focus, Pandemonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there another way, I would gladly choose it, but let us at least be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceful solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see it through. This request doesn't come as a surprise, to be honest. At least you received it with good humor. Rest assured, I do not mean to buy idly while you risk life and limb. I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of magical support. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your aether as basis for illusionary allies that will fight at your side. Okay. Perhaps, I don't know, 7 shall do. Not exactly an army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. Yeah, whatever. And so shall it be. Now, what I wonder awaits us in Pandemonium's pitless halls. Afoldelos, the first circle. No. Oh my goodness. Oh? I thought that'd be walled off. Okay, I need to figure out how to increase my item level. Wait, what is it? It's not even... Oh man. Wait. 565. Yikes. Oh boy. Did you even get that in 2 weeks? Yes, 570 gear. If you do it every day, if you do it, what? No, like say you finish MSQ in 1 week. The next week. I don't even know. Here's the market boy. Market boy not here? Wait, where even am I? I'm at Radzad Han, essentially. Not in Ralger's Reach. There's no market board in Ralger's Reach. Oh man, if I can't buy the gear then that's GG. I'm not doing the role quest now. This is the highest level. GG. Looks like I've got the grind. Well, I'll be back on this when I get a higher item level. I have no way of increasing this without farming the dailies. This is a whopping 100, gotta do MSQ. Gotta do it all. This is every single point matters. The thing is, I usually use these to level things up, but now I have to do it for tombstones. Oh boy. Oh, that's it for now then, I guess. I'll be doing some of this. Is there anything else? I'm not doing the role quest straight up. On here. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so that was a quickie introduction to it.